it's been frustrating. We've been doing nothing but MMA videos. And it's because there's nothing to talk about in boxing. There's nothing scheduled. We got a fake scheduled fight between fucking Joshua and Fury. What's up, guys? We're here once again. JoeyKO, Mixed Martial Mike, and we are the Ultimate Fight fans. And I know what you're thinking. This channel has nothing to do with basketball, but I'm a big New York Knicks fan, and we finally over 500.
We're not talking no basketball. Forget it with that.
To move right along, we was just getting into a heated argument.
Before any of these videos started coming out, all this content we started making, we would actually do this, and we still do this. We call each other and we could talk for hours.
In the midst of it, we just said, yo, we should really record this and talk about this, because the big problem that we see in boxing is that, number one, the top guys are not active. And the main problem, the number one issue, is that the best always bit themselves out of the big fights.
Let's cut this shit.
Every time we hear about the best fighting the best, it falls apart.
There's always 70-30 or, oh no, I gotta come out first. I gotta come out first. My name gotta be first in the contract. Oh, we gotta fight in my mom's grandma's basement. What is next? Is this gonna be like the UFC 1 where the dude came out with one glove? All right, bro, I'll fight you, but I gotta have one glove and you gotta wear no sneakers, bro. Then I'll fight you. What is it, bro? I don't get it. What's the next obstacle they're gonna come up with?
I wear 8-ounce gloves. You gotta wear 16-ounce gloves. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, you gotta wear a weight around your wrist in order to fight me, dog.
The worst of it all is that they'll start asking for ridiculous money that they know they're not gonna get, and then they'll go fight somebody else for like 20% of the goddamn money. They'll be like, I want $10 million to fight you, but then go fight somebody else for $2 million.
I don't know if people was trolling, if this article was trolling, but it just said that Jamel Charlo signed to fight David Benavidez, and the contract had David Benavidez needing to take a vaccine, but not a USADA drug test.
Why?
Not blood and urine testing, but he has to take a vaccine.
The fuck?
Is this some trolling shit?
I ain't taking no fucking vaccine. And you test me, I don't got it, good. That's it. I don't need to take a vaccine.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if that's real or not.
You got to take a special vaccine from Johnson & Johnson. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll just give you a little shot here.
It's really heartbreaking because so many times we hear about, oh, they're negotiating the fight, Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, and then one guy wants a ridiculous amount of money. Like Tank said he wants like $10 million or some shit.
I told you I really wanted $50 million.
Ryan Garcia says, oh no, wait, I'm gonna go fight Manny Pacquiao. And then Manny Pacquiao.
That was a publicity stunt, huh? That was a publicity stunt.
Then Manny, it seems like everybody's waiting for Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao is like playing musical chairs. It's like, oh, I'm gonna negotiate with Earl. No, I'm gonna negotiate with Ryan. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go negotiate with Mikey Garcia. None of it happens. Didn't we hear about Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford, that they got an investor in it and they was gonna give Pacquiao $40 million and Terrence Crawford $10 million, and they're under the same promoter?
Boxing is filled with dick teasers, bro. They fucking with you. That's not good to do to the fans. What happened to the Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao fight? Although it became the biggest fight in pay-per-view history, or number 2, however you see it, the fight itself was, oh my God, horrible. It was almost diluted.
What ends up happening is that over time, the expectations of the fight makes you want it even more. Now the stakes are so high that, you know, it really wasn't the worst fight I ever seen, but we was expecting so much more out of it that when we didn't get what we thought, it was like it became trash.
But I'll tell you one thing. That's one event I am not shocked was boring, because Mayweather does that. That's what a great defensive fighter knows how to do. So
he's defensive first.
I'm not shocked by that. But let's not even imagine if Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence were to happen. That fight will definitely be exciting. Be exciting.
I'll give Floyd credit though, because at least Floyd fought everybody that he had to, pretty much. There was probably a couple of guys at the lighter division that he didn't get to fight, but when it came to the biggest fights, he gave us all the fights that we were supposed to get out of him. We're not really seeing that from the guys nowadays. They're not active. Think about it.
And Whether wasn't
is not scheduled.
Excuse me.
David Haney's not scheduled. Ryan Garcia is not scheduled.
Oh, there's a big surprise.
Teofimo is scheduled, but who really knows the other guy? Really, like
I don't know. Campos, I think his name is.
And it's not no diss to him, but at the end of the day, the fans are not screaming for this fight. It's like we have to settle for this fucking fight.
Technically, to your point, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Ruiz,
You were wrong again, Ernie.
Wilder, neither of them have a fight sign, and those are the top heavyweights. Literally, those are the top heavyweights.
Supposedly, we got Joshua and Fury, but that's not really finalized because we don't got a date or an arena. So we really don't got shit. There's really no scheduled fights. We got a bunch of negotiations going on, but nobody is scheduled. Sean Porter was supposed to fight Terrence Crawford. Then Manny Pacquiao was supposed to fight him. Then you got a bunch, then all this shit, but nobody's scheduled. Earl Spence is supposed to be negotiating with Ugas, but nothing finalized. And I got to give credit to Earl because at least Earl's been active. And say what you want to say about Canelo. Canelo's been active.
Facts.
He actually has a real fight scheduled with Billy Joe Saunders, and he just finished fighting.
He bit somebody, bro? Damn, that's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised.
He bit off the crowd. He bit off the public in that fucking fight because he fought his sparring partner, but at least he's active. At least he gave us a fight. He's the default pound for pound.
The default pound for pound. But there's certain fights that give you a little bit more wiggle room to play with than other fights. Like when Canelo beat Kovalev, can't he come back and fight somebody a little bit lower than that? Just to, why he got to come back and fight? Why he got to fight somebody crazy?
He fought his sparring partner and he demolished him. But I don't even want to make fun of him because at least he fought somebody. These other guys they're not fighting. It's been frustrating. We've been doing nothing but MMA videos. And it's because there's nothing to talk about in boxing. There's nothing scheduled. We got a fake scheduled fight between fucking Joshua and Fury, but there's a bunch of shit. Fury doesn't have a license in his hometown. There's really nothing scheduled. Let's fuck with them and pretend like we got something scheduled. 2 fights, but it's not finalized.
Yo, you know what's happening right now? We are actually, you're gonna not like to hear this, but we're reaching the YouTube, Instagram, bullfu era of the generations in boxing anyway. I'm telling you. You got Ryan Garcia, who be with the YouTubers already. You got Tank Davis, that's with Mayweather, so you already know he knows how to trash talk and he's good with the social media game. You're seeing a lot of these people know how to talk a good game, talk shit, but not do nothing. The UFC fighters, sorry that I always got to do that, but the UFC, there's a reason why they're at the top.
We gonna see a fight from the UFC. This fight scheduled. No
Always.
problem there. They all scheduled. Usman's gonna fight Masvidal, but and really, I thought Kobe deserved it more. But regardless of anything, they're fighting. Boxing, none of these top guys are fighting. It's fucking ridiculous.
There's an embarrassment of riches of fights in the UFC. Like there's just so many. It's like sometimes you got to give yourself a break because there's so many good fights. Even though you ain't never missing a big championship fight card, you're not. And next month, the UFC is about to produce an event that boxing just can't do. Boxing does not produce 3 championship fights.
Every time that these guys in boxing negotiate with each other, it falls apart more than it actually builds up. Like now I'm hearing that Terrence Crawford was trying to negotiate with all these different guys. Now he's trying to negotiate with Josecito Lopez. I mean, even though I'm not happy about that fight should happen because Josecito Lopez is definitely one of the easiest guys to make a fight with. You've never heard him not make a fight.
The oversaturation of titles only allows these fighters to have overcompensated hubris. overcompensated egos. Since
Not
they
just
all
the
have
title.
that, since they all have titles, they're all champions. The UFC, there's
I hear
only
you.
one champion. There's only
No, I hear
one
you.
guy. Hold on, but you've been talking a lot. There's only been one guy in the UFC. So it don't matter who's talking shit. We know who's the champion. You
I
ain't gonna
get
be
you,
like,
but
no, I'm the champion. No, I'm the champion. No, but I got this blue belt. Oh, no, but I got the pink belt. I got the purple Infinity Stone. Suck my balls with that.
There's another problem that you're not talking about, though.
Go ahead.
The fucking platforms of the zone not working with ESPN, and these fighters have these different, not just the different promotions, also the different platforms. Now we got the Chiller platform. How's that gonna
Triller.
get into
Oh
the
yeah,
mix?
Triller. Yep.
Triller.
Nice.
I mean, I think that's the issue because we have yet to see fighters from the zone fight fighters from the ESPN app, or Al Heyman make fights with the guys from the zone. That's another issue. So you got all these different platforms and promoters that now all of a sudden they can't make these fights happen. Suck my balls. It's full of shit. Boxing is getting too full of shit. And something needs to be done about this shit. Because even us that we love to talk about boxing, we haven't been doing videos on boxing because it ain't shit to talk about. This video is about the frustration that we have with boxing, that the best don't want to fight each other.
I never even thought about that, but it's true. I've been telling you, yo, but don't you think we're talking about too much MMA? Well, that's because this MMA just keeps on producing.
Yeah, who the fuck we gonna talk about? About the hypothetical fights that might happen or might not happen?
Now I
Let's
get
do
it
a
when
video
people
on Ugas versus Earl Spence that's not finalized. Let's do a video on Tank Davis when he said that he's gonna make Ryan Garcia wait now. That's some bullshit. You're gonna make him wait because he tried to make a fight with Pacquiao that didn't materialize? Motherfucker, you would have fucking went and tried to negotiate with Pacquiao if that was an option for you. What kind of bullshit is this?
Pacquiao deserves that 40 million, if anything. Fuck out of here. He's 47 years old.
I know, but Manny Pacquiao was supposed to fight all these guys. He was supposed to fight Earl, Terrence Crawford, Ryan Garcia, now Mikey Garcia.
That's
make
true.
a fight happen. Just make it happen. I don't know what happened. He was gonna get the 40 million, and it didn't.
No, the pandemic had a lot to do with that. To be fair.
No, this was recently.
No, I know, but you're not gonna do if that's even truer.
That's not even a word.
Then you're not gonna do that fight. You need a crowd. You need a gate. You need a gate to come in.
They had an investor put up the.
Okay.
Pacquiao, and they still didn't make it happen.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
And right now in Cowboy Stadium, they up to full capacity. So fight Earl Spence.
But let's drop our final messages because I don't want this video.
In Cowboy Stadium, he was the first one to fight in Cowboy Stadium. So you could fight Pacquiao in Cowboy Stadium and pack the fucking arena with 50,000 people if you want.
That's a fact.
I don't understand. Make a fight happen.
Please. Boxing, get your shit together. Wake the fuck up. Get yourself out your room. I'm talking to boxing specifically.
Listen to that.
I know you're quarantined.
The fighters, stop bidding yourself out of fights too. Stop fucking asking for money that you know you're not even worth. If your biggest payday is $5 million and you're gonna fight a big fight, what the fuck are you asking for $10 million? Oh, I have to make this money. No, just get your biggest payday.
Boxing will pay them. It's not even the amount. It's the percentage. These motherfuckers are greedy.
They're purposely bidding out a fight so they don't have to fight each other because they're being pussy.
The line has now been crossed.
Take a page from fucking Marvin Hagler. They used to fight whoever, like the best, was never afraid. Ali fought everybody multiple times. All his biggest rivals, he fought them 2-3 times if he had to. The only one was George Foreman. And nobody thought he could beat George Foreman. But he went in there and he told everybody, I'm going to beat his ass. Cotto fought everybody.
My final message is what Teofimo says all the time. Or he said a couple times anyway. A lot of these motherfuckers want to be Money Mayweather. They don't want to be Pretty Boy Floyd first. Before Floyd Mayweather became Money May, he was Pretty Boy Floyd. There were steps, and he had to earn his way there. And don't talk about he was selective with his choices. from 135 to 147, he fought everybody. He even fought people, even 54, where he wasn't even supposed to fight some of these guys like Canelo. Like, that's a way bigger guy than him. Canelo's fighter got 175 pounds, just to give you context about that. So, Mayweather didn't fight nobody? Boxing, new messages. We're not going to fight nobody.
Well, I'm not going to give Teofimo too much credit. He did fight Lomachenko, but now he's fucking bidding himself out of the big fights, and he's going to get $6 million to fight nobody. So I'm not, he's a hypocrite for that too. But at least he fought Lomachenko before he went and started cherry picking again, because it doesn't look like he's going to fight Haney or Tank Davis or Ryan. So you guys got to fight each other.
That's the way boxing's designed. You're not going to see consistency.
These guys are getting too much money to fight nobody.
But what's your final message?
Give us your thought. I'm just too frustrated. Tell us what you think.
It is frustrating.
I'm just peace, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Fuck
Please
this
like,
shit.
comment,
Fuck
and subscribe, and tell us your thoughts, man.